Hi, and welcome to Coastal Cooking Presents Quick Bites. I'm your host, John Scanlon, and I'm here with a very special guest. We have Jennifer Lowry from Conchitas. Jennifer, thank you so much for being on the show.
Yes, thank you for having me.
So, what do you have planned for today?
So today I'm making Michoacan style chicken enchiladas with queso fresco, and I also prepared a special treat for you guys, which is a Jamaica agua fresca. So I hope you guys enjoy it.
Oh, it sounds great. I can't wait. Stick around and find out how it's done. All right, so you have a lot of great ingredients that are laid out already. What's all needed for this dish?
So I have here corn tortillas, and we already have the chicken prepared and just shredded, but you can either get a rotisserie chicken and shred that, or you can boil it at home with some bay leaf, some of the chicken bouillon, salt, pepper. The main star is the sauce. So I have things like chile California, chile Guajillo, chile Puya, and chile árbol. And I have the whole oregano dry leaf, the Knorr Suiza chicken powder, and salt. And we're also going to add in onion and garlic for the toppings. Queso fresco, tomatoes, radish, a red onion, lettuce, and a Mexican table cream.
It looks awesome. All right, so Jennifer, what's the first step in making this dish?
So we are going to prepare our produce, and we're going to pickle our onions and radish, and we're going to crumble up our cheese. And these are all toppings that are going to go on top of the enchiladas at the end. Now we're just gonna get our pickling items ready. We're gonna pickle the red onion and the radish, and we're gonna use lime juice to pickle it while we're getting everything else ready. Now we're just gonna crumble the queso fresco. I use the Cacique brand because that's my personal favorite. And we're just gonna crumble it up here just to make it easier to top at the end. Just kind of grab a chunk and just crumble it up.
All right, so our toppings are in the refrigerator. They're being pickled right now. So we're gonna move on to the sauce, correct?
Correct. So I have about 2 cups of water boiling right now. We're gonna quarter this onion and prep our chilies, and then we're gonna add all the rest of our ingredients like the garlic, the oregano, and the chicken seasoning into the pot so it can boil.
Excellent.
So I have here the chile Puya, the chile Guajillo, and chile California, and the chile árbol. The chile árbol I would recommend if you're first time making this recipe. Depending on how spicy you like things, I would probably, for beginners, just start at maybe 2 or 3 chile de árbol because they are pretty spicy. But then as you play around with the recipe, you can add as much or as little of the árbol as you want to your preference. So all we're gonna do is just kind of tear off the top. And these chilies are already dried. You see how I do all the seeds, and you just kind of tear it, and all the seeds will come out. And I kind of like to have this. Another warning is to use gloves for this because if you touch your eyes or something, it's not going to be very fun. So see, now we have our cleaned pepper here, and we're going to continue doing this for all of our chilies. So now we have our water boiling, we have our peppers prepped, and our onion. We're just going to add in all the rest of the ingredients like the garlic and the chicken bouillon and the oregano into the pot of boiling water. We're going to let it steep for maybe about 15 minutes or so to rehydrate those peppers and oils, and we're going to blend it afterwards. So it looks like our chilies are done. We're going to transfer them into our food processor, or for those of you at home, you can also use a blender. We're just gonna blend it until it's a soft consistency. We're only gonna start with half a cup just to get the food processor going. Now we're going to puree until we get a thick, smooth sauce. This is the consistency you want to get. It's a pretty thick sauce, and we're still going to strain it. All you need is just a strainer and a rubber spatula.
So the sauce is done, our toppings are getting pickled, we're going to reheat some of this chicken. Step me through this process if you don't mind.
Okay, so I have here some canola oil. We're going to use maybe about a tablespoon or so in here. And this is just to kind of jumpstart our chicken. We're going to grab our chicken and just kind of reheat it into the pan. Now while this is reheating, I do want to mention I did prepare this beforehand. What you can do at home is you can either boil chicken with bay leaf, some chicken bouillon, oregano, and just let it boil until it's completely cooked and shred it from there. Or you can just go to the store and get a rotisserie chicken and shred that, and that would be just as good into your enchilada mixture.
And super easy.
Yes, it's super easy. And there's so many combinations that you can do too, so just kind of play around with the recipe. It doesn't always have to be the same protein. It can be beef, it can be shrimp, it can be potatoes, like all kinds of different variations and sauces even to do enchiladas for. So we're just gonna let this kind of reheat, and then we'll start assembling our enchilada mixture. Our enchiladas, and start preparing those.
I know you were talking about earlier, kind of off camera, the use of lard versus why you don't use it.
So in a lot of authentic Mexican cuisine, lard is very popular and used a lot amongst a lot of dishes. And I personally do not want to use it because of health reasons. I kind of try to change it out to oil and things that are easily accessible now here where we are, right? For like the everyday home, if you have vegetable oil, if you have canola, avocado oil, any of the oils will kind of work just to kind of jumpstart the whole frying process. But if you want to keep it traditional, you use lard.
Gotcha. So yeah, you have that option at home.
Yes.
But you are going to show a healthier way to do it. So
yeah, somewhat healthier, honestly.
Yeah.
Definitely a different option.
Yeah,
so.
absolutely. All right, Jennifer. It looks like all the hard work is done. Now it comes the fun part, right?
Yes.
So how do we do this?
So we're going to take just some oil, and we're going to put about a tablespoon in here, just to kind of coat the pan. And we're going to grab our tortilla. Usually people want to microwave them first just because they're more malleable and stuff. But since we're going to fry it anyway, it's going to get to that point anyways. So all we're going to do is just grab our tortilla. We're going to dip it into our sauce mixture, coat it very well. And it doesn't have to be super perfect or super drenched, but take off some of the excess. And then we're going to come here to our pan and start frying that up. We're going to leave it there for maybe about, I would say 30-40 seconds, flip it, another 30-40 seconds, and it should be like malleable enough to be able to fold it without it breaking. So, yeah. Now we're getting ready to transfer and start plating everything. So we're going to add in our prepared enchiladas onto the plate. We're going to do 3 of them. So, don't they look good?
They look awesome.
Oh my gosh. We're gonna add some Mexican table cream on top and just kind of drizzle as much or as little as you want. Just like that. Okay. And then we're going to get our queso fresco, and we're gonna do it kind of towards the center just to kind of still be able to see the tortilla still. We're gonna add our lettuce. We're gonna add some tomatoes, diced up. And then we're gonna get our pickled onions and radish. Now, we did a very simple pickling with just lime juice, but I do want to say, for those of you at home, if you want to fancify it a little bit more, you can add peppercorns to it, you can add any other herbs, any other seasonings, vinegars, all kinds of things. Just kind of play around with it, and you can even jar them up too. They have a long lifespan into the fridge, so they could be stored maybe like three weeks or maybe 3 months. It just depends how you do everything. But definitely recommend canning it. That way you have pickled ingredients on hand all the time for things like this. I'm just gonna grab some little slices of red onion, put those on top. Again, this is all by preference. There's many toppings that you can do, but this is what I like. And then we're gonna put like maybe 2 radishes on top, maybe 3.
The radishes for me make it. It's the crunch. It's the extra flavor they have there.
And then here you have your finished product, enchiladas.
So there it is, the finished product, the chicken enchiladas from Conchitas.
You want to give it a try?
Yeah, let's give it a shot.
Okay.
All right.
Yes. You gotta grab a bit of everything. It's a little messy, really. What do you think?
The sauce is incredible.
Thank you.
As soon as I got it, I could feel the heat.
It's very smoky, yeah. But,
in a good way. It's not too hot, but man, that's fantastic. That's excellent.
yeah. Be very careful with that chile de árbol, because that's the one that gives it that spice. But I just put maybe 2 or 3 in, and it gives it a nice smokiness.
Well, Jennifer, thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank
You need to follow Jennifer's Instagram. You need to see some of the stuff that she makes. She's incredibly talented. She makes these displays, sushi cakes, just so much great stuff. It is definitely one to watch, and so many great pictures. But you also do, you're a personal chef.
Yes.
You do catering.
Yes.
And that's Conchitas Catering at gmail.com.
Yes, Conchitas Catering LLC at gmail.com. And yes, so like you said, I do sushi displays, sushi cakes, hors d'oeuvres displays, dinner parties, date nights, anything that has to do with food, I do almost all of it. So what I advertise is international cuisine and fusion cuisine. So I try to incorporate every culture that I can. And if I don't know something, I will study it and I will make it happen. So, but I can be contacted through my cell phone number, which is 760-637-0541, or on Gmail, which is Conchitas Catering LLC at gmail.com. And you can also find great pictures again on Instagram, Conchitas_LLC. And I hope you all enjoyed this episode. I know I did. I enjoyed myself.
You made crab cakes in the shape of crabs.
Yes.
I mean, that's just the creativeness that you bring to it is pretty awesome.
Yes.
So they don't want to miss that Instagram.
I know. I'm really kid friendly too, because I'm a mom myself. So I get invited to do their kid's birthday party and say it's like under the sea theme. So I'll be carving watermelons into mermaid tails and making little crab sandwiches and like all kinds of stuff. So it's definitely fun to do some food art and creations like that. So I'm pretty good at it. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. Don't hold back.
Yeah,
You
that's
deserve
fine.
all the praise you get.
Thank you.
This was an incredible dish. Again, thank you so much for being on the show. Definitely at home, you want to make this. The recipe is going to be online. It's on the website at penscoenergy.com. Coastal Cooking presents Quick Bites. And also the fresca, that recipe is going to be there as well. So we hope you enjoy it, and we'll see you next time on Coastal Cooking presents Quick Bites.